spare time, when the weather is fitting, I like to golf, I like to camp. I'm kind of an outdoors guy as well. And again, my name is Steve Arnold, and I am a sales and business development. Thank you, Steve. So I believe.
I'm actually new.
No.
I didn't realize all the new members were supposed to sit over there today.
That's okay.
That's
That's
all right.
all right.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lyra Zagala. It's great to be here today. I'm a finance executive with a focus on strategic planning and financial planning and analysis. My last role was as controller for North America region for AGFA Healthcare. And prior to that, I was at Microsoft as their senior finance manager. So my most recent experience has been in healthcare and IT. I've also worked for Hewlett Packard. Prior to that, I worked in manufacturing, so at Magna International and General Electric. So what I can do for you is, if you're researching any of these organizations or any of these industries, I can certainly help you out with that. What I'm looking for is a director of finance role or controllership role within those industries. And what I like to do in my spare time is downtime. After a busy day at work, I like to do yoga, Pilates, or go snorkeling if I get the opportunity to go away to a long time. So again, Lyra Zagala, great to meet you.
Hi, good morning everybody. This is my first meeting. I'm a visitor and I'm introducing myself. I am Bhaiya Sondawde. I have over 10 years of international experience managing property casualty insurance company. I have developed my skills in insurance underwriting, claims, reinsurance, risk management and regulatory compliance. I am an auto loss control specialist, and based on my risk analysis and loss control specialist skill, parent company in India, they send me on deputation to the Caribbean, that's St. Lucia, one of the Caribbean island, to monitor and turn around loss-making agency operation in St. Lucia. In 2 years, I turned around the loss-making operation in the profit center and made a permanent position in St. Lucia. Based on my interaction with the regulators in St. Lucia, they hired me as an insurance consultant to develop insurance regulation and compliance in St. Lucia, where I use OSFI as well as Office of the Superintendent of Financial Services Commission in Canada to develop insurance regulation in the Caribbean. I'm looking for insurance either underwriting or claims or risk analysis or regulatory compliance position in the market. I read an article here in insurance underwriting about the 1.7 billion auto losses here in the Ontario region. Being an auto loss control specialist, I wrote to them, the chief editor of the magazine, and telling her that I can contribute effectively in reducing insurance premium because auto insurance premium is very high in this Ontario region. So given an opportunity, I can contribute to the society in reducing auto insurance premium. And I play tennis. I have 2 children. My daughter is grade 12, pursuing her actuarial science studies. So I spend most of the time in developing her into that sector, being an insurance professional. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. Would anyone else from the back like to come up that may be new today? Okay. All right. And so I believe Peter, we're moving on to the next. Greg, do you want to? Okay.
Hey, well, how about a round of applause for George? Well done, that was great. So, and I want to thank all of you for doing your infomercials. That was just great. By the way, those of you sitting in the back of the room, that's okay. It's not a problem. We'll just get you all to buy coffee for everybody in the room. So let's see, $2 a piece. We've got maybe 40 people in the room. Yeah, you guys can split the $80. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It doesn't, on a day like this, it doesn't really matter where new people sit because it's a workshop. Why we recommend people come up to the front is really more for the second half of the meeting when we do an orientation, but we're not going to do that today. But I just want to canvass all of you guys for 1 minute before we carry on here. Did you guys know in advance you were going to be doing this today? If you were going to stand up and do that? Because I think you all did a superb job. You know, they always say that number one fear of people is public speaking. So you can probably tell it's not mine. I hope that comes across to those of you watching the video too. I love to do this sort of thing, but I realize I'm in the minority. Most people don't like to public speak. But so when you take that into consideration, I think you all took a leap of faith, and you all did a superb job. So let's give them all another hand. And I should also thank Eva. I think her infomercial was a great model of excellence. So thanks, Eva. You did a superb job. And once again, tennisgalley.wordpress.com. That's where her blog is. So.
I heard she got some private coaching,
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
No, Eve is a good friend of mine, so I'm always happy to help her out. Okay, let's carry on now. We're going to do some announcements, I believe. Yes, announcement. Let me start with some upcoming speakers, people that we have coming up later on in February. For those of you who want to come and join us tomorrow, February 13th in Burlington, we have Al Luxton. Al is the president of Career Compass Canada and is based in Hamilton. Actually, his office isn't too far from where I live. I can actually see his office from my apartment. That's another story. But Al is going to talk to us about career encore, reinventing yourself for the reality of today's job market. So that's tomorrow in Burlington. Next week here, back at the Living Arts Center, we have Meg Popovic. Meg is going to talk to us about professional metamorphosis, putting resiliency into practice. And then next week, February 20th, again out in Burlington at the Burlington Arts Center, that's where we meet on Wednesday mornings. Ian Cameron from the McQuaig Institute. The McQuaig Institute is one of our longtime service providers for Happen. They're going to talk about know yourself, sell yourself, how to hit a bullseye. So some very, very interesting presentations coming up. Of course, they're all on happen.ca. Paul also wanted me to mention, and I know he's going to talk about this later on, but he has a couple of boot camps coming up in the next little while I'd like to draw your attention to. February 21st and 22nd, he has one coming up, and then another one on March 21st and 22nd, and I believe he's offering a special deal today for the people who are here this morning, if that's something that you're interested in. I would heartily recommend that you strongly consider doing that. It's proven to be a very effective job search tool for many of our Happen members. So I hope that those of you here this morning will give some consideration to doing one of his boot camps, and I know that Paul will talk about that a little more later on as the morning progresses. Do we have anything else that we need to share?
Well, the profiles are done at our printers.
Oh,
They
yeah, okay.
Should be up by Thursday or so.
Oh, good. Yeah. In fact, you know, for those of you out there who are watching us on video, profiles are a great way to get your message across. Go to happen.ca, look for the profiles, they're mini resumes. So great, it's a very effective tool for those of you who are hiring new staff. So, all right, I guess I plugged the video part of this enough, haven't I?
Thank you, ma'am.
Maybe I've done that too much.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
another
we
story.
expected it.
That's another story. All right. Okay. So, any other announcements? Anything else we need to cover off?
No, I think you hit it all that.
Good. All right. Thank you. Okay. So we're going to take a short break now before we transfer over to Paul's presentation. So let's take 2 or 3 minutes just to transition in. If people need to slip out and take a short coffee break or whatever, we'll go from there. Well, okay. Paul's asking for 2 more minutes on that. We will reconvene shortly.
So mine is going to here. I just don't count it that way. Nobody else does either. So funny when you spoke. All right. Give it a pass.